why not? I mean, we have to protect the sanctity of the Constitution, and we are gratified that the law lords, all the 7 of them, have agreed unanimously with the position we have held all along, that at all times material, James Gyakye Quayson was not qualified under the dictates of the Constitution of the Republic to have contested as a Member of Parliament for the Asin North constituency. It's been a long road. We can all attest to the number of times we have paraded the court premises. But today, finally, the judgment has been handed, and we have a clear indication as to what the provision on dual citizenship is in respect of a contest for Member of Parliament.
I mean, what do you expect to happen practically going forward? The court interestingly gave an order that his name should be expunged from the records of Parliament.
Of course, but that is a necessary consequence of the reliefs that we sought in the Supreme Court. If he wasn't qualified to have contested as a Member of Parliament, of course, the necessary inference is that whatever happened was null and void and of no legal effect whatsoever. So Parliament cannot still keep his name on their books. It's a necessary consequence, but of course the order has to be drawn and served on the Speaker, and his name will have to be expunged.
I mean, your client is a constituent. I mean, it means that he's looking forward to the EC, once that order is drawn up, the EC taking steps for effectively by-election to take place.
He's not looking forward. That is the
Well, lawyers for the plaintiff is currently addressing the press.
The EC will have to comply. Insofar as that seat now remains vacant, the EC has to conduct elections in that constituency. So it is not for my client to be looking forward to. It is for the EC to comply with the orders of the Supreme Court. And the constitutional injunction is that if a seat is vacant, you organize fresh elections.
This essentially was decided when you went to the High Court. Will you have to come in again for Parliament to do what is needful?
I don't understand how you mean by it was decided.
I mean, when you went to High Court, by the fact that the High Court ruled that his election was null and void, it was implied that the Electoral Commission was expected to conduct a by-election, but we've not seen same until you've come to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, but let me correct you. The fact that the High Court held that he was not qualified did not necessarily mean that the Supreme Court was going to adopt the same position. You should also bear in mind that the decision of the High Court, the judgment of the High Court, is being contested in the Court of Appeal. Indeed, they filed an appeal. It was in the course of the appeal processes that we thought it wise to invoke the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court to have this matter finally determined. But the Supreme Court is the highest court in the land, and it is the court which determines all constitutional matters. We wanted a strict and proper interpretation, and true as that of Article 94(2)(a), and that is what has been done this morning.
It's been...
So there's this school of thought that even if there's going to be a by-election, as it stands, Mr. Quayson will still be qualified to stand the election. How about that?
I don't think I want to answer to that. You can go and ask Mr. Quayson's lawyer. I'm not his lawyer. As to whether he wants to contest or not, is the business of himself and the NDC, the party to which he belongs. I am not in a position to answer that. He can advise himself, as he did the first time.
It's been a long road for your plaintiff. For the brief moment that this decision was made, has he been able to tell you his feelings about it? And is he allowed to make a comment about it?
He's not. Don't put him to that. He is here. It's obvious. It's obvious that he should be a happy man, because the matter started from the High Court, went to the Court of Appeal, and we are now in the Supreme Court. As a human being, you should be excited. So he is excited.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, please. It would be remiss on my part if I don't introduce and let the whole world know, the members of my team who have helped in a large measure to what has happened this morning. Of course, I cannot take all the credit. Yes, I was lead counsel in the matter, but I was assisted by my able friend, Lieutenant, and hard-working, bright Ochre Ajekum. And I have John Clote Sefa. Of course, our Director of Elections, Evans Nimako, also played a very incisive role in all that has gone on. So we are grateful.
Thank you very much. Council may not be willing to answer the political questions, but you are Director of Elections for the New Patriotic Party. I think from day one, what the party has been looking for essentially is a by-election. What was the party's plan ahead of the Supreme Court giving its judgment today?
Well, thank you. We've always held the position that Mr. Quayson was not qualified as of the time he filed to contest. And he, on that note, was not supposed to be in Parliament. I mean, this decision comes to address the issue that we put out that he was not qualified. And the Supreme Court has said so. Unanimous decision. So for us as a party, we will go back, consult our legal team, and look at the next line of action.
This may mean that 2 by-elections on your hand, Kumewu already next week. How prepared will the party be if the Electoral Commission should act?
As far back as July 2021, the High Court had told the Electoral Commission to conduct elections in Ase North. The party has always been ready that anytime soon the EC comes out, we are ready to go. But what we have at hand now is winning the Kumewu by-elections. We are working towards it. But for today's decision, the party will go back and sit down, look at the issues, and come out the way forward.
Thank you very much.